Let me get the right answer. I didn't know what the...
You know, this week contestants of our studio audience may win a brand new 1970 automobile. All they have to do is guess the closest couple in 4 consecutive acts. And Emily down in Louisiana has won 2 with 2 to go. Oh, naturally, if she misses along the way, she'll get to keep any prizes that she has won. But if Emily is right, this is what she's going to win. Right, John?
The sporty new 1970 Pontiac Firebird is free. Beautiful upholstery, hidden windshield wipers, hidden radio antenna, and door steel beams for added security. Above all, it's a wide-track Pontiac.
Okay, Emily, 2 down and 2 to go. Now, panel, since we were talking to New Orleans today, we thought a question about Louisiana might certainly be appropriate. So, Pat, you got it. You're absolutely right.
My friend knew.
Right. Okay. That's right. The Louisiana Purchase. Thomas Jefferson played a great part in engineering it in 1803, Pat.
Right.
Of course.
Okay, we would...
And it included parts of 13 states. Let's separate our panel right now. Louisiana Purchase.
There's not enough room for the states.
Now, our question is this.
Yes.
When Thomas Jefferson purchased Louisiana from Napoleon of France,
Right.
how much did he pay for it?
Petty
what
cash.
was the going price of the Louisiana Purchase? Your answer to the nearest million, please. Nothing petty about Tom.
Million?
Nearest million, please. You have 10 seconds.
10 seconds to the nearest million.
How much did Louisiana cost? Cheap at half the price. Actually, say, how much does it buy you in Louisiana?
Yeah, but for you...
Oh, never mind. Let's go to Meredith and Gordon. Meredith, how much do you think?
Well, I figured that it was pretty inexpensive in those days, so I said 2 million.
2 million. Gordon, what would you think?
Well, I settled along with Meredith. $2 million.
Okay. Let's go to Marge.
What's
and
the
Pat.
average of that?
We'll find out. 2 million.
I just saw my wife's answer.
Right.
To the nearest million. My wife's got 5 billion.
Well, I figured Manhattan was pretty cheap for the Indians, so this is
Where did you see mine?
$5,000.
$5,000.
Oh, to the nearest million, $5,000. Pat, you married her. Let's, to the nearest million, $5,000. Okay.
I bet she's right. To the nearest million.
I thought he just said that to throw
It's a trick
him off.
question. All right, the hair looks great, Mike. It's a trick question.
Okay. Pat, to the nearest million.
Yes? You want my answer?
Yeah.
To the nearest million, 1.
1 million.
1 million.
Okay.
That wasn't hard, was it?
Let's go over here now to the Cosbys. Barry?
I'm with Gordon. 2 million.
2 million, says Barbara.
I say 13 million.
13 million. How much was the Louisiana Purchase? How much? Well, Emily and Evie down there in New Orleans, you have already won a 13-foot sailboat. You have won a jet trip or 2 to Hawaii. You are now playing for a console-color television set, my dear. And remember, if you get this one right, the next one is for the brand-new car, okay? Okay, I hope you know something about Louisiana. Let's check the averages. First of all, how much was the Louisiana Purchase? Meredith and Gordon have averaged out to $2 million. Marge and Pat have averaged out, thanks to Marge's $5,000, Pat, they have averaged out to $500,000, which is closest to the nearest million. And Barbara and Gary have come up to $7.5 million. So, Emily, down there in New Orleans, Louisiana, how much did the state cost when Thomas Jefferson made the famous Louisiana Purchase?
I think I'll go with Meredith and Gordon.
You'll go with Meredith and Gordon at $2 million, okay? Right here's the answer. In 1803, Thomas Jefferson, when he engineered the Louisiana Purchase, paid $15 million. Oh, that meant that Louisiana would be closest to Barbara and Gary's $7.5, and Gary's $13 million would be the closest individual. Guess you are a rascal, you know? It's just incredible. Well, anyway, Emily, you have won the 13-foot sailboat. You've won a jet trip for 2 to Hawaii, and love from all of us back here in Burbank on It Takes Two. Thanks so very much. Thank you. We'll be right back in just 60 seconds.
Some of our participants on It Takes Two receive gift certificates from the famous Spiegel Catalog Company. The Spiegel Catalog features over 50,000 quality items. Spiegel, Chicago 60609, Illinois.
You know, one of the biggest problems in the world today certainly is the population explosion. Now, Los Angeles has about 3 million people. New York boasts 9 million people. Tokyo in Japan has over 9 million people. Let's separate our panel right now. Population explosion. I have just named 3 cities that have surpassed over 1 million in population. There are really many, many more. That's the question. How many cities are there, do you think, in the world that have a population of more than 1 million? How many cities in the world have a population of more than 1 million? Would you guess? You have about 10 seconds.
When you say cities, you mean incorporated villages or townships?
Yes, certainly.
As a mayor?
Most of the time, Pat. Well, let's start with the Wizard Crosbys, because they have won all the games so far today. Barbara?
Right.
He is
9.
indeed. And you're doing very well to balance out his wild guesses. 9 cities with over 1 million. Gar?
I say there's 30.
30 cities in the world with over 1 million population. Moving next door to Marge and Pat Harrington.
Nice segue, Vinny.
As we
Nice
tuned
segue.
in, Marge was saying,
Help.
I said, help, yeah.
Can I have a new
I don't know. I haven't gotten anything right today.
18 cities. And next door...
And her loving husband says 22 for an average of 20.
Oh, good for you. And who's been in the... Yes, and the cooking sherry. Let's go to Meredith and Gordon. Meredith, how many cities do you think?
I said 12.
12 cities in the world with a population of over 1 million. Gordon, what would you
I
think?
happen to know this is true. I said 10.
Good. There you go. I love that reading anyway.
See if that's true.
Let us now get back... Hey, that's right. When in doubt, let it all hang out. John Harlan, who is our guest now way down in New Orleans, do you know?
You bet I do. Let's give a royal It Takes Two welcome to Pat Wells.
Okay. Pat, welcome to It Takes Two. Hi, Pat, my dear. You are playing for a brand new washer and dryer in round 1. Here's John to tell you about it.
A washer and dryer from dependable Maytag. 2-speed all-fabric washer has a special soak cycle and a power-fin agitator for gentle but thorough cleansing action. The matching Maytag dryer has electronic controls to dry clothes just right. Both have special permanent press cycle that helps keep press in and wrinkles out from Maytag.
Okay, Pat, I hope you're a pretty good student in geography.
Me too.
Okay, let's check our panel first of all and see the averages as to how many cities in the world with a population of over 1 million. Meredith and Gordon McCrae said 11 cities. Marge and Pat Harrington, 20 cities. Barbara and Gary Crosby, 19 and a half a city. And if there's a half a city anywhere around, Gary'd be the guy to find it. Okay, Pat, for that washer dryer, what do you think?
I think Barbara and Gary.
You think Barbara and Gary, the fact that they've won all other games, does that have anything to do with you choosing them?
Yes.
Yeah, she's staying with a winner, gang. Okay, 19 and a half. The answer is right here. How many cities in the world have over 1 million in population? For Pat Wells washer and dryer, the answer is 83. Would you believe? So it would not be Barbara and Gary. It would be Marge and Pat at 20. And the Harringtons are fully represented in the win column. Oh, well, that ends well. And Pat, our love to you down there in Louisiana. We have a special prize for you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, my dear, for appearing on It Takes Two.
I enjoyed it.
Populate your screen with this message. And we'll be right back. Yeah, that's a lot of cities.
Looks nice over here.
Don't forget, there would be no such thing as a population explosion if those people who were trying to keep the wolf from the door would keep the stork from flying in the window. Oh, we'll see you tomorrow. And down there in New Orleans, we'll see you on tomorrow when we play It Takes Two. Thank you, Barbara and Gary. You won 3 whole games. And you've won 1.
Captain Kangaroo.
Listen, and in the morning, you'll all get Mickey Mouse.